girly mountain missions, all-female football pubs, and girls-only archery sets. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Feminizing Rugged. So what is Feminizing Rugged and why is it important now? Well, typically when people think of sports that women do, they think of things like yoga, they think of things like mostly cardio, but what we're finding for today's woman is that that simply isn't enough. Today is a great day to be a woman specifically. We have great idols such as Beyonce, for example, and even Tavi Gevinson, which is not only a woman, but a millennial woman who really pushes the boundaries of what it means to be a young girl. And what it means to be a young girl today, specifically what it means to be a millennial woman, is much different than what it meant a few years back. Now, for today's women, empowerment, of course, is on the mind. And what that means for brands is speaking to women the way that they used to be spoken to is a huge mistake. Not only is it out of touch, but it's something that could create a disconnect between you and your consumer, who's somebody that's not only looking for equality, but looking for an opportunity to really shine. So to answer the age-old question of what women want, first off, they're seeking authenticity. They're looking for a transparent form of empowerment. They're not just looking to be told you're beautiful, do your best, you are perfect as you are. They want to see something that doesn't try too hard, something that doesn't necessarily push. And that's something that's important for all millennials. Secondly, they want something that truly challenges them, something that really begs for them to do something a little bit more than what they're used to. And most importantly of all, they're looking for something that completely severs the tie between now and then. For today's millennial, and especially for today's millennial woman, being forward-facing is of the utmost importance. And that's where Feminizing Rugged comes into play. So what we're seeing now on Trend Hunter, especially when I'm doing my research on target demographics, is that women are more attracted to things that do present a challenge, physically and mentally. The first example that we have is the female-only football pub. So football is something that women aren't necessarily known to want to have participation in. The perception is that a woman will be making nachos while her guy friends and possibly boyfriend sit in the living room and cheer at the TV. But Benefit Cosmetics, of all companies, proposes differently. So what Benefit did was create a bar for women and only women. Amazing interaction specifically for the brand, because as a makeup brand, it's assumed that they're not necessarily into that new form of female equality. Makeup is something that a lot of second wave feminists will see as a novel concept that sort of goes against the values of feminism. But for women today, they really relish the ability to look and do exactly what they want. And that's what makeup, and specifically the Benefit brand, are all about. The next example of Feminizing Rugged I'm going to walk you through is the girly archery sets. So when Nerf decided that they were going to expand their products into a market for young girls, they could have easily just taken their Nerf guns and dyed them pink. But they knew better than that. What they did was came out with the Rebel line, specifically the girly archery set. Now what's awesome about this is not only is it appealing to these young girls, but it's also really appealing to the millennial moms who are making the purchase decisions for their toys. Millennial moms don't only want something that tells their daughter that she can be empowered, they want something that tells their daughter that she can be different, that she can deviate from the norm. And an archery set does that perfectly. And for our last example, we have the Juan Reyes longboarding skate crew. So the Juan Reyes crew is interesting because it's actually made up of all teenage girls. And basically what these girls do is they run around Madrid looking for the most extreme longboarding routes that they can find. Recently, they took a video of them skating down the side of a mountain in Madrid, and the entire time, whether they're getting scraped up, whether they're falling off their boards, whatever's happening, they have these huge smiles on their faces. It's really inspiring to see. Taking it a step further, what's even better about this clip is that all of these girls are teenagers, which means that they're at an age where they don't necessarily need to get permission from their mothers and fathers, and they're not necessarily old enough to need to think about what it means to be a woman in the face of the professional world. They're just girls looking to do exactly what they want to do at an age where they should be doing what they want to do and where they should feel empowered. So really, again, a great example of teen girls and how they're forward-facing for the equality of women. So whether you're working specifically to attract that emerging athletic market, or you're just someone who wants to find a way to speak to that elusive group of millennial women, these three examples will provide a great guideline for you. Want to dive deeper? Join hundreds of brands who rely on Trend Hunter's dedicated advisors, crowd science, and custom research to find better ideas faster.